good morning. How are we? So yeah, we're up to Monday of the week, mid-July now. Yeah, so didn't have a frost this morning, which was even better. We had a couple over the weekend, or at least one. So yeah, I had big plans of going spraying all weekend, and well, I got half a day in between the rain and the frosts and the wind. That's all right. Hopefully today I'll be able to get a bit done. It was a bit windy at the house where I'm over the back of the forest here, and it's not actually too bad. So I'm just chucking a bit of hay out to this, a bit of that clover and ryegrass I had from a couple of years ago. Had that in the shed, which I'm glad I did. Chucking it out to these lambs here that I've weaned off. So yeah, they're sort of chewing the paddock down a bit, you can see. So I've got barley and vetch in here, so it's not too bad. It's not a disgrace, but yeah, I'll let these chew it down a bit and then pull them out, put them on the next one, and then I've got to do some fencing to get that tetrone split into two paddocks, and then I'll be able to shove them on that and sort of strip graze them a bit, and that's the plan of attack at any rate. So yeah, I'll just go and flip this old bale up because it's just sitting there. I'll sort of just leave the top string on it, just so they can chew it down and it doesn't collapse and fall over and land on them and stuff like that. So I'll go and flip this other bale up, and then we'll go and feed the ewes that are lambing. So that's the plan. Well, here's a good one for you. Generally it's me blaming the old man for bending stuff, but today it was me. As you can tell, gates aren't usually supposed to be in an L shape. I sort of caught it with the hay bale on the front of the loader, and yeah, did a good job of it. So I'm gonna try and straighten it with the tractor, see how we go without snapping it off the strainer post, but we'll see how we get on here. But yes, this is this shows that I'm human. No, shows that Dad isn't always the one to stuff up. So we'll have a go at straightening it and see how we go. She's not excellent. Obviously it had a weld here, that is seen there, so she broke on that, but it's still hanging together. If I get some free time, I'll fix it properly. But yeah, it'll do for now. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, we'll go and I've got a feeder over in this paddock here. The old man's just pushed some sheep out of, so I might move that back out to here, and then yeah, we might draft these sheep up. See you dear. So yeah, we're just drafting these ewes out of these are my young sheep. So these are the, what do you call them, ewe weaners. See you dear. Look, they're not great, but they're not too bad. They have struggled. Here, sit here, come here. They have struggled a little bit. But I ended up just putting my dries in here at scanning, so I just got to get them out, and they'll be going to the abattoirs this week, hopefully. Here, sit here. So yeah, we'll draft them out, and then we're guaranteed that everything's out of the way. G'day. Yeah, so as you can tell, I've got a spreader on the tractor now, so I've taken the boom off. I actually went spraying this morning. I just sprayed a little paddock of barley for broadleaf, so it was a little bit blowy, I must admit, but the week's looking like shit for spraying, and yeah, I was pretty keen to get a start on it, because yeah, I've got plenty of welding work to do, and we're going away for a week with the family trip, so I thought I'd better get my buddy the gear. So obviously now I'm out spreading, so yeah, we're on to the next job. Oh no, I must have an air leak. yeah, I'm just going to fill this spreader up. It's windy enough for this too, but the rest of the week's either windy, wet, or yeah, we're going to have frost too. So I'm hoping I can get a little bit of spreading done now. And then they're talking a big rain on the weekend, so I might try and get a bit of urea out before that as well. So it's all happening. It's yeah, I'm sort of spreading with the wind, so I'm going into the wind's coming from probably the northeast, so I'm starting going north and south with my AB, so it should be pretty good. We'll just get this thing kicked into gear and we'll tip her up and hopefully not tip her over. How much oil's leaking down here? Oh yeah, it's hussing out of there. Look at it. Oil. It's pooling in there too. So yeah, I've got a serious oil leak on my my tipper ram, so that'll be a job for before harvest. It'd be interesting to see where it's actually coming from, but it's pissing out. I don't think it's coming out of the first stage. I think it must be up to the top there somewhere, but we'll worry about that once we get this done, I think. Filled up now. You can get these fancy little spouts on the top that do the two sides at once, but I've just honestly been too lazy to build one. But nah, now I'm more worried about this tipper hoist, so I'm going to work out what's going on here and see what's happening. I don't know. I'll give it a good wash and then, yeah, work it out. So it seriously doesn't seem to be pissing out oil there now. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have a good look at it once we get this weight off the tipper, and I'll give it a good pressure wash and see how we go. Hopefully even if it's just seals, that'll be good. So I could probably do most of that myself. Oh, we'll go back and play in the wind for a bit longer. Good morning all. Yep, so did a bit of spreading yesterday, Arvo, which you would have seen. I don't know what I ended up getting. 3 paddocks done of barley. So that's, yeah, that'll hopefully probably nearly be the last hit of urea I'll be putting on them. That's sort of, they've had their 100 and, yeah, they would have had 120 kilos now, two bands of 60. So yeah, we ended up getting, we'll go and check the gauge. It's a bit cold and windy out here, but it's nice. I enjoy it. Sweet rain gauge held on by a bit of TIG wire, but we're up to about, yeah, 5 mil, or yeah, close to 6. So I'll be taking that any day of the week. So that's really nice to have a bit of rain. So yeah, it's going to be a good little workshop day today. I think they're talking showers for the rest of the morning, so really good. So I'm happy to sit in the workshop. So got a local stock agent. He's actually my stock agent. He's got a set of scales. They're just the run of the mill, Prattley, whatever everyone has. It's got a little problem here. It's got this little bracket. It goes on here. Holds the battery, and yeah, so it holds the battery. Then it's got this control panel on it as well, and it breaks here all the time. So I'm going to fix that up and make it make it proper. That's good English. And then it's also got, it's a three-way this one, so you can go forward, either side. I think one of these panels here, see down the bottom, she's just broken off down there. So we'll take it all off and then, yeah, weld that up as well. I think it's pushed that rivet out as well, so yeah, we'll fix all that up. So that's one job on that job. And then this is the trailer. So it's sort of got these slides where you lock it in. So I might try and make that so he can make that work for his new one. So yeah, and then he wants to take that air compressor out as well, move that toolbox around. He's done a really nice job of cleaning it out. Not. You'd think he'd have a bit of time on his hands. Hopefully he doesn't watch this. And then he wants me to go along and wants to go through all the trailer bearings and stuff like that. So we'll do that as well. So yeah, I just got to set up the TIG welder here and make a few plates, drill a few holes, and get it all welded up and get it back together, and we should be good to go. So we'll do that now. Yeah, good morning, how are we? It's up to Friday in the week, so obviously you would have seen we got that spreading done last night. Yeah, I don't know, I finished about 8 o'clock, so it was really, really good. Thanks to the old man for doing a couple of paddocks while I was away at the accountant. So yeah, did that. Yeah, so we sort of put 65 kilos on the barley and the wheat. So they've sort of had their 120 now. If not a little bit more. And then we put, I just put 20 kilos on the canola, the one that's sort of a bit slower, because I had a little bit left over. So thought, well, I'll put that on there and then it's done. So yeah, we're done now. I'm just grabbing the auger from over the back, and then I'm going to shove this auger in the beans in that field bin back at home. So then we can, yeah, start feeding some sheep a few beans on top of the barley, and then I can get that field bin empty and back to its rightful owner. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll go and get this auger now and then set up the thing. Sorry, I got a bit of a cold at the moment. I got the man flu. I'm blaming the kids for it, but Heidi's blaming me, giving it to everyone else. So that'll work out in the wash. But yeah, we'll get this auger down and we'll hook it onto the ute and we'll take it home. Right, so got that hooked on. You can see here I've flicked the belts off. So that happened on the last load, so I was pretty lucky there. I didn't have to worry about that in the dark. Plus I think this belt is pretty slack. She's making a bit of noise, so I might get her home and just tighten a few things on it before it stops, and then I'll get annoyed with it. So I'll run that home and I'll run it past the workshop before I take it out into the field. So yeah, we're out feeding sheep now. I'll just give them a bit of grain, and yeah, I've got a fair few beans in there too, you can see. So yeah, I'll put a fair few beans in here actually. I'm trying just to run them out because they got in that field bin. They're all cleaned. So these are my young ewes, or the maiden ewes. So yeah, they've struggled a little bit, but they're not too bad. I'll feed them up and get them up and going. I've got plenty of feed there, so, or grain at the moment. So I'll give these a good little, they can get most of the beans. Try and get my young sheep up and going and get these lambs going as well. So that's sort of what I'm doing at the moment. And then, yeah, I'm trying to get this dog used to riding on the back of the ute and hanging out with me. He's a bit timid. But no, he's getting better. So yeah, I'll do this plot and then we'll go and have a look at the lambs. So that's the plan. How's the sweet feed out cart? That had bent axle the other day, so I straightened that up, but the piece of string doesn't work, so you've got to literally nearly get run over. Oh, and do that. So she's a work safe nightmare, this thing. But I haven't been run over yet, so yeah, I'll go do the lambs now. But yeah, we've got a bit of water getting around. I'll pass it on to Heidi.
Nice bit of water. It's atrociously done. Oh my god, that's a terrible. How much was it in last night? There is 15. Yeah, about 15. Yeah, well, it was on a fair angle.
Are we bugged, Mum?
Oh, not yet.
Got a bit muddy in here.
It is a bit muddy in here.
Yeah. It's raining. Oh, let's put the window up.